A very good morning. This is just a very quick video. So I've been on YouTube. That's kind of noisy. I've got the window open. Okay, finished. Yes, so I've been on YouTube this morning. It's not quite 12 yet, and I'm here waiting with anticipation for the Man City Liverpool game, which kicks off at 4:30. So in the meantime, I'm sort of scanning around on YouTube looking for something, just any videos, any kind of videos that are of some kind of interest to keep me going while I work, up until the game kicks off. And I mean, this is something I've noticed. I've noticed this sort of like months ago, where the content isn't quite what it used to be. I know there are a lot of YouTubers who are no longer in YouTubers I used to listen to who are no longer on YouTube, whether it be they got deplatformed or they chose to leave. But the ones that I used to listen to that are still here, many of them, I'm going to say that the content isn't what it used to be, but that's not necessarily their fault, because as human beings we grow. So it's a bit like you start off in what we call in Jamaica basic school. I believe here it's called kindergarten, and then you move on through the system until you get to university and you graduate. So if for example, I've been listening for maybe 2-3 years to a YouTuber, and the level of the content hasn't changed, it's still the same. As somebody who believes in personal development, it makes sense that the content will no longer be stimulating or be of interest to me. But it isn't so. Yet there is that problem, but also the main problem, I'm going to say, is because many of what's left on YouTube have gone into the realm of grifting, and so they're doing it for money. But but sometimes when I say things, it will come across as though I'm saying I'm better than other people, but I'm not. But what I'm saying is, in the same way that not all of us would choose to go to the gym or choose to exercise, you understand that? In the same way, not all of us would choose to expand our understanding. So some people can stick with it. They can stick with whatever it is that they've been listening to, whatever they've been doing. It's the same principle with church. Even though there's no opportunity for growth, they'll still stick with it because that's where their friends are and so on. So I'm going to give one example. Now, I'm somebody who I think long term. So before I make a decision on anything, or even if somebody makes a suggestion to me, I'm thinking about the consequences. For me, the consequences are the bottom line. And so I've seen people who put all their eggs in one basket on YouTube and made the channel their business, so they've got nothing else apart from the channel, and that's what they get their income from. And my thoughts were, when I've seen people doing this, taking that leap, supposing YouTube goes down, or supposing you get kicked off YouTube, what will you do? And so said, so done. So there is one particular YouTuber at the moment who was last seen screaming and hollering and appealing to his audience to get in contact with him via email so he can tell him what's going on. So basically he's been, I think the word, I'm not sure if the correct word, I don't want to misquote him, he's been cancelled. So he's been demonetized. So, but what is interesting is I don't see any videos going up. I haven't seen any videos. So that means it's the old not wanting to give the milk for free. So in other words, you're not genuine because you. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's trying to avoid a strike or something, but if you are sincere, you would continue nevertheless, because like I can speak for myself in saying that it doesn't cost me anything apart from my time to spend a few minutes recording the video, recording the words, and then uploading them. So it's costing me a few minutes of my time and some data. That's it. So nobody needs to make YouTube their business. I'm not saying that they can't have they shouldn't, if they want to do that, do so. But all I'm saying is, no, I don't have any sympathy. If there's somebody on there screaming and hollering and saying that their income is being stripped from them because they're not getting adverts running, well, that's a choice you made. So, like, I've got my day job here, which I'm about to commence. If it's a case that you think you can make a lot of money off YouTube, I'm sure many people do, and that's the way you want to go, no problem. But at the same time, if you are dishonest enough to be using people and pretending that what you're putting out there is for their benefit, when it's not, you're just using them to make money off them. You need an audience, really, but you couldn't really care less about them. It's about lining your own pocket. God knows everything, and what we sow, that's what we reap. So, well, I don't know further what to say, but I don't see. I know, I understand consequences. That's why I'm so very cautious the way I go about living my life. And also, if you don't do things with a sincere heart, then it gets exposed in the end. You're not going to prosper in the long term. They say cheats don't prosper. So it's a very interesting time. I'm going to keep putting my little videos there because you never know. Maybe some wanderer might come along and looking for something to listen to, and they might relate to something, because it's my own personal experiences that I just share. I don't pretend to be the world's most intelligent or anything. I'm just speaking from the perspective of real life, as real life applies to me, and maybe there are people out there who can relate. I'm just going to give one update. I shared a video yesterday entitled No Regrets, and in it I talk about the carer, and I said that she has the same attitude as my mother had. And I've proved, because in the past when I've spoken to my brother in particular, and I said, I had words with mother, and I said whatever I said. He said, "You said that to her?" And I said, "Yeah." Now, had she been treated differently, she could have had a much better life. She could have had better life experiences. And I say this from the perspective that even if a person doesn't change their heart, they can change their actions. And so, in other words, it's like having a child, and the child, you have to kind of not so much force the child to do what you need the child to do, but you have to encourage them in that direction. And so, so like when the carer came today, she wasn't trying to persuade me that she's a good person. She wasn't trying to be nice. She just came here and she was doing her job. Because I pointed out to her yesterday that I'm a good judge of character. I made her understand that you're not fooling me, right? So there's no need for her to come here and try to act nice. And so that's how I treated my mother as well. I didn't sort of pander to her and allow her to behave in the manner that she, other people, her friends, etc., allowed her to behave. So in saying that, I just, like I said, I just speak, I just say things as I experience them. or as I think of them, or as I experience them in the past. I just talk about life, really. And maybe somebody might be there wandering through life, and they might stumble upon one of my videos and relate to it. That's all I put things out there for. I don't put things because I'm looking for disciples. Because as you can see, I don't have many followers, or subscribers rather. I'm not about subscribers, if so you will never hear me asking anybody to like, share, subscribe, donate, or anything like that. It is entirely up to the individual. If they come along and they want to, and they see the video and they want to listen to it, then it's up to them. I'm just putting things out there. That's it, really. But as I've said, if it be the case that somebody set up a channel and it's just about making money, eventually that channel is going to fail for whatever the reasons are. It's not going to prosper. I mean, it might prosper in the short term, but in the long term, no. Nothing that isn't good doesn't last forever. So that's it. Let me get back to work. You take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.